Hi guys, I am back and it is Monday morning and I am going to do a short pour on a record, but first I wanted to show you guys the sponsor list. Let me see if I can zoom in. Can you read it all? I hope so. Well, if you're watching on the TV, I probably think you will be able to read them. And of course, I have my YouTube friends, Danny Clark, Lily's Mix. So I thought I'd just clean my studio, and I did yesterday. It was a really big cleanup, and I'm glad I did because it feels so much better when you have a nice, clean, beautiful studio to work in. So there was something on the comments about the torch. So a lot of people keep asking about the torch. They jump in at video 130 and then they start asking all the questions. And I know that's how people do that. You know, they just watch one video and then they want to know it all. But I don't have time to do that. You know, I don't have time to put long comments in, long answers on the comments because it takes too much time. And I had this morning like 4 sheets full of comments. I think it was 136. And I do want to answer everyone because I really enjoy answering, and I enjoy reading what you leave as a comment. So that's something I will keep on doing. But there's only so many hours in a day, and I have to go to work in a bit. So this is one of those torches. Normally it's black. This one was red. You can still see some red. But you fill them down here with one of those cans of gas. I'll get one. If you can't find these cans, they are for cigarette lighters. That's what they're used for. Or barbecue lighters, something like that. So it's €1. It doesn't cost that much. So you put it in here, and what I do is do 2 short seconds. 1, 2. That's it. No more than that. You don't want to overfill these babies because then they become flamethrowers. So just 1, 2. That's it. That's enough to torch any painting or what else. You don't want to really overfill it, because I did that in my one of my first videos, the negative space video with the turquoise background, where the flames kept shooting out, and I was going, what's wrong with this? What's wrong? But it was because I overfilled it. So you don't want to overfill it. And if you have the same I have, you can adjust this ring here, up here, and then the flame is different. What you do is you open it up, you hear it, then you ignite it, and here you can see how the flame changes. Very soft flame, very sharp flame. So that's how you adjust it. Then you turn it off, and that's it. And I understand if you're getting a little bit like, ooh, I think that's scary, but it's not really. What you do is just go outside with it. If you have bought one of these and never used it before, go outside and just do this. You turn it, you hear the gas escaping, and you press on. That's it. Then you turn it shut, and it's done. So then, turn it open, you hear the gas, you press, that's it. That's all there is to it. And if you do that outside a couple of times, then it'll be okay. And anyone that has children or babies or anything in the house, I would do that outside anyway. Because, you know, warming up that silicone, I'll get one of those silicone cans. One of the things that silicone has is a very high tolerance to heat. when you read it, what you're reading is about the can. You can't expose the can to a lot of heat, but the silicone itself can take a lot of heat. And by swiping over the painting with one of these torches, you are not burning this silicone. You're just warming up the paint that it releases the silicone to the surface, and thus making those cells. But in no way should you be burning your paint or the silicone, because that's not the good thing to do. I'll show you. Let's say it's on. So this thing is burning. What you do is do this, and it will come. Just swipe a couple of more times and you'll see the cells coming. And what I did in some of my videos is hold it up really high. Like if I were to do this, see my hand and where my torch is? Like I am now, I think about not even 6 inches. And it's just really, not really warm at all. Can you see how much? So you're not burning silicone, and that's what some people think, that you're really burning that silicone, and that would be very dangerous. I'm promising you, I would never do that. So what you're really doing is just warming it up. I think it's something to do with the paint and the silicone in it. When it gets just a little bit warm, I would say about maybe 40 Celsius, then it comes to the top, and that's it. You don't need to do any more. There, in no way are you putting the flame on the canvas to dry the canvas. That's not what you're doing. You're just swiping over it so that the silicone comes to the top, and that's it. And if you are worried about it, absolutely wear a respirator, because I want everyone to do art that makes them feel secure and safe. And if you are just having a little bit of, you know, a yucky feeling about using a torch, then use a respirator or do it outside. You know, you can always take it outside. That's no problem at all. And if you have animals in the house, always take care, because I think you should always watch out, because they can't watch out for themselves. And silicone being a chemical, because I know that some people are a bit, you know, gibberish about chemicals, but people, I hate to tell you this, but all acrylic paint is chemicals. They are chemicals too, because there's not only pigments and water. You know, some pigments are from nature, that's true. But most of the pigments in this acrylic paint is synthetic, and they're just chemicals. So if you don't feel good about it, always use a respirator. Why not? You know. But you'd be having to put that on when you paint, when you mix your paint, when you're pouring it, and when you're torching it. And if you leave it in a room to dry, you will have to put that respirator on when you are in the room, I guess. But if that makes you feel better, I say just do it. Don't worry about how you look or whatever. You know, just don't go to the door with one of those masks on, or you'll freak someone out. Okay. I got some colors mixed up here. This is the turquoise. Yes, my go-to color. They're all Amsterdam acrylics. This is the sienna, burnt sienna, and a nice titanium white, and I have some yellowish green. And I know a lot of people ask me, can you name the colors? Can you name the colors? But people, come on, be creative. Anything that looks like it. You know, this turquoise green, okay, you can't get something, Amsterdam acrylics only has turquoise green and turquoise blue. So that's turquoise green. And titanium white or zinc white, who cares, it's white. And then the green, if you don't have this color green, yellowish green, well, go just mix some. Put some white in there, some yellow, I don't know. Just make a color that feels good for you, because you don't have to do it like I do it. you know, you should just have a lot of fun and mix up some really cool colors that you like and just have a beautiful time pouring, I guess. So what I was gonna do, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna make a lot of people happy. I'm just checking to see if I can if I got it in the frame. That's about it. I'll zoom out when I'm finished. I'm gonna do a record because I want to make another clock. And this spinny thing, this is called a banding wheel. It's pretty heavy, and it's used to put on clay pots on, and then, you know, make the bands on the clay or whatever. I used it for modeling clay, and it's very heavy, and it's, when you give it a spin, it spins. Someone asked me, they bought exactly the same thing, and they said when I spin it, it doesn't spin as long as yours. You have to remember that these things, sometimes they sit in a shop for about 5 years. Mine was in the shop for 5 years because no one really wanted to buy it. And ever since I did the videos, I think they sold a few more because I've seen a lot of people wanting one of these. So what I put on top is a little bit of sticky tape. I put a little cross in the middle, so I look through my little hole in here and I try to get it smack in the middle. That's it, that's smack in the middle. Then I press it down a little bit and see, it's good to go. What I am going to do, because this is something someone suggested on my channel, is pour from the outside in. That way, if my paint is empty by the time I get here, then I can still put my finger in here and turn it. So that was a really good idea. I learned a lot from you guys too. So I stuck it down just like that. What I did to the label was just one layer of gesso, because another viewer on my channel said, Annemarie, you gotta watch out because sometimes those labels bleed through the paint. So, just to be on the safe side, I put one layer of gesso on there. It's dry and it's ready to be poured. The rest of the record, I put, I cleaned it off with alcohol, you know, just to make it fat-free, so it doesn't have a greasy film or anything, so the paint will get on there. And I have made these into bowls in the oven. I have a video if you want to see how I do that. Just that's another thing. When you guys are on my channel, if you go to my channel, you know, you click on my name and you go to the front page of my channel. Do you have a search function? Can you search my videos? Because I can, and I'm pretty well, curious if you have a search function, because then all you have to do is type in record and oven and you'll get the video. And like all the other videos too, everything you can just search. That's what I sometimes do when someone needs a video of something. I just go to the search and then give you the link. Yeah, okay. So let me know if you have a search function if you go to my the front page of my channel. I'd like to know. Okie dokie, so I have done this before in the oven, and I can tell you the paint doesn't peel off, doesn't chip off. As long as this record, as long as you clean it off with alcohol or rubbing alcohol or whatever you have that takes grease off, then you're good to go. Because if you put it in an oven and you get, you know, you mold it and the paint isn't totally stuck on the record, you will see it, because there's no way that's going to be coming out smooth and beautiful like I got my bowl out. So don't worry, just do this, clean it with alcohol, you're good to go. Okay, now to the pourer. I do have a little bit of air bubbles in here, I see, because I just mixed this paint. And usually I like to tap it a little bit on the table, and then I will, normally I would torch it. Do it fast though, like that, very fast. But I don't think it's going to help. We'll see how it goes. What I'd like is to have a lot of turquoise because that's my favorite color. And I want some lacing, so I'm hoping the white is going to give me some lacing. And then some nice bright green because I think that's a pretty color. And then I want the brown, but I'm going to keep some for later. Maybe I want to do that, you know, outer rim. I might want to make it a little darker. I'm not sure. So a little bit more green. That's it. Okay, I'm ready to go. So let's go fast. See, this is what I mean. Then I have room left to spin it again because I want this is going to be a clock. Wow, that is pretty. That is very pretty. But I want the inside to be darker. So, because it's going to be a clock, I think that would be cool. That is a pretty pour. I am very, very pleased with this. Can't help it. Then a little bit more green because I like those green things coming out. And then itsy bitsy turquoise. Give it an itsy bitsy swirl. And now we're going to do oops, got paint in my face. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, I think it's pretty. I do. I would have liked this to be the darker to be a little bit smaller, but I think it worked out just fine. Now for the torch. Wow, guys, you gotta see the close-up. Oh, too bad I can't spin it. Oh, I just wish I had those on a canvas. These unbelievable. I like the turquoise and that burnt sienna because that does something awesome. I'll get you guys down. Wait a minute. Gotta get my gloves off. Oh no, maybe I can, nah. I was thinking about just a little tilt because I would like some of these just a little bigger, but then, no, don't do it because then I will ruin that outer rim and it is beautiful. It is so beautiful. Okay, let me get you down. First, get the tiller. Get that off. That's good. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll make some pictures with my other thing so you can really see it. Is that beautiful? I love it. Look at at that bit. Oh, it is so full of cells. It's unreal. I think it has something to do with how fast that spins, and the silicone gets really, really mixed up in the paint because of the velocity. Look at that. It is beautiful. I love it. I really do. Right now I want to do a canvas with this, with the same colors. I'm going to keep those colors right here because usually I put more colors in. And this time I didn't, and I just love those colors. That is so awesome. I love that outer rim. Oh, I'm very happy again. Yes. I'm sorry, but when I make something that I really, really like, I get all happy because I love that. I should make some macros. Ooh, would that be cool? Nah, I don't think so because then I'll have to move it way, way, way too much. And I would like a macro of just that bit that you see now in the middle. That would look so cool. I'm gonna do it. Okay guys, gotta go because I have to switch everything. If I want to do a macro, I have to take off the little thing under this camera, put it on my other camera, put it on the tripod. So I've got a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna try to get a macro. See my nice and clean studio. I got all the room I need now to mix paint. And look here, everything's cleaned up. Very, very clean. Yes, I have been very good. And there is the big painting drying. That's what happened yesterday when I had a lot of fun. See? It looks cool. I like it. I really do. I'm gonna keep this one. I especially like that. That is so awesome. And this bit. It's really big. A big bit that I really, really like. Someone said it was like a cave painting. And I think that's it. I think that's what attracts me to it. I can see your thoughts about a cave painting. Yep. Oh, and another thing. Oh, I really got to tell you this, guys, because I've been reading a lot of things about the triple thick. People have been sending me a lot of stuff. So, what they're saying is that triple thick goes very, very sticky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sacrifice a canvas. This canvas, I am going to put triple thick on here like there is no tomorrow. I'm going to put it on like resin. And in layers, of course, because I'm going to do exactly like I normally do on a real good canvas. The ones I sell. So I'm going to layer it on. And then the end layer, I'm going to use an acrylic spray, which I know never gets sticky. And I have to check that out first. So Heidi, your painting, it's there in that, it's one of those. Let's see, which one is yours? That's yours. But I don't want to send it unless I am positive that it's quality, because that's just the way I am. So what I'm gonna do is do the. Oh, sorry, I'm turning so much. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do a lot of triple thick on it, and then I'm gonna do a final layer of acrylic spray, and see how that works. It will not take longer than a week, but I think a week is not long to wait to get a quality piece. Because I don't want to send it out and you get it, you know. I always have to keep in mind that you guys, the people that I sell my paintings to, live in more humid places than I do here in Holland. So that's something I have to keep in mind, and I want to only send out good stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.